Mark D'Antonio has done one of the outstanding coaching jobs in recent college football memory, but have the Spartans, after 3 consecutive marginal seasons for the most part, slipped into the NC State, Mississippi State, Arizona State category in the Big Ten. We look at their record projection and schedule ranking for 2019 next at MarkRogersTV, the voice of college football. MarkRogersTV, the voice of college football, taking a look at Sparty for 2019 and what a job Mark D'Antonio has done. We have chronicled and discussed and debated it many times here at MarkRogersTV, the voice of college football, and I think it's one of the great jobs in college football history, what he has done at Michigan State. It doesn't get enough talk, just like Bill Snyder at Kansas State, considering what the conditions were before he arrived and what he's accomplished. But for the past 3 seasons, 3-9, 10-3, 7-6, not contending seriously for Big Ten championships as they had from 2010 through 15 for those 6 seasons in which Michigan State was a mainstay in the top 5 or 10 in the nation. Big season for D'Antonio and crew in East Lansing. They have the 30th most difficult schedule in college football, number 7 in the Big Ten. Let's preview it. But first, remind you that we've got 2 exclusive live streams at our Voice of College Football community. We invite you to be part of our community discussing and debating college football. Just grab the link down below. You will see it. Just grab the link, get over there, join our community where we provide 2 exclusive live streams each and every week. One is a discussion directly with me, you and me. I bring you on here. We talk college football with 3 or 4 of you at a time. The other one, I react directly to your comments on a live stream exclusive each and every week. Also, grab the Amazon link to do your shopping and help build the channel. All right, Michigan State, of course, went to Arizona State and was upset by the Sun Devils on the road as a top 10 team at the time for Michigan State, bringing back all those starters from 2017, and they had a disappointing run in the Big Ten as well. They lost their bowl game to Oregon. Tulsa, Western Michigan, Arizona State. Those are the 3 non-conference games for Michigan State. Of course, they've got the Sun Devils return trip to East Lansing, and they will once again be favored in that one in a pretty good non-conference matchup. All right, what is always key in the Big Ten, of course, is they've got the 9 conference games. You play 3 in the other division. So Michigan State has to match up against the big boys in the Big Ten East, Ohio State, Michigan, and Penn State. Who do they play in the Western Division? This is always key. Northwestern, September 21st to begin Big Ten play. Huge game for Sparty going on the road at Northwestern, September 21st. Indiana next, September 28th. That won't be an easy game. The Hoosiers always give Sparty difficulties and beat them a couple years ago. At Ohio State, the Buckeyes have been a thorn in the side of Michigan State after the Spartans had been a thorn in Ohio State's side, of course, with victories in 2013 and 2015 to deny Ohio State Big Ten championships. But the Buckeyes have had their way the last few years against Sparty. Michigan State at Ohio State to begin October on that first weekend. And then, wow, here is a difficult run. The trip to Columbus against the Buckeyes. At Wisconsin the next week. Penn State the next week. The Buckeyes, the Badgers, and the Nittany Lions, 3 consecutive games for Michigan State. We will see how good Sparty is if we didn't know it already once we get to the end of October. All right, November, an easier ride. Sparty should be a favorite in 3 of these 4 games easily, with Illinois at home November 9th. At Michigan, huge game, of course. Michigan State has dominated the series recently, but really got humbled by Jim Harbaugh and company at home last year. They go to the Big House, the site of many of their biggest victories in recent years, at the Big House November 16th, and then they finish off with what should be 2 wins. At Rutgers, Maryland at home, but they struggled with those 2 teams last year, escaped with victories at Rutgers and Maryland to conclude the season. So Michigan State, 7th most difficult schedule in the Big Ten. Why? Well, they play in the East, so they have got to deal with the 3 giants, Ohio State, Penn State, and Michigan. In the West, it's a fairly light run, but they've got the difficult games at Northwestern and Wisconsin, so I correct that statement by saying they probably have one of the more difficult runs in the Big Ten Western Division, even though they do have Illinois at home, Northwestern and Wisconsin on the road. The Arizona State game is not one of the more difficult games for non-conference play in the Big Ten, so kind of a marginal effort there that they need to win. Michigan State with the seventh most difficult schedule in the Big Ten is number 30 in the country. Okay, record projection for Michigan State. And again, it's been a roller coaster ride in recent seasons. And has this program topped out, hit the ceiling, and settled in as a mid-level Big Ten team? And Iowa, an NC State in the ACC, a Mississippi State in the SEC, a Kansas State, somebody like that in the Big 12. After 3-9, 10-3, 7-6. All right, for Sparty this year, we've got them going 8-4. They do beat Arizona State non-conference as they go 5-4 in the Big Ten and reclaim what's close to a top 25 position nationally. Your thoughts on Michigan State? We want your projection, your prediction on Michigan State football down below. Please join us for schedule number 29 coming up next right here at the Voice of College Football.